Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Riverfront Park and the ribbon cutting for the new portion of Riverfront Park, including the Ascend Amphitheater. I'm Tommy Lynch, the Director of Parks and Recreation, and I want to welcome everyone here today. Before I get started with everything, I want to introduce to you those who you may or may not know who are here with us today. Mr. George Anderson, Chairman of the Parks Board. Metro Councilwoman Erica Gilmore, who represents downtown. Karen Gabriel, President and CEO of Ascend Federal Credit Union. Butch Spiriton, President of the Nashville Convention and Visitors Corporation. Christy Smith, who is a member of the Park Board, but who is also the chairman of the Nashville Parks Foundation. Mr. Bob Rue, who's the Executive Vice President of Live Nation North American Section. And it probably goes without introduction, the person who's been leading this city for the last 8 years, the person who pushed through the development of this park and the amphitheater, our Mayor Carl Dean. I would like to take this time to acknowledge other park board members who are here today, since I work for them and they are volunteers in the community who oversee the policies and the direction of the Parks Department. We have Mr. Stan Fossick, who's our vice chair, Ms. Jen Garcia, Mr. Greg Atkins, and Mr. Charles Suey. And I know the excitement for tonight revolves around the Ascend Amphitheater. But there's a major park, aside from what's being done by Live Nation and this wonderful partnership that we're beginning today with Live Nation. But there's a major park as part of it, a park that was designed by Hawkins Partners, and I'd like to thank Kim Hawkins for her work in this park. The contractor was the Skanska Corporation, led by Kristen Hagee as far as the project manager. And I want to give a special thanks to Mr. Larry Adama, who was the city's project manager who has led all of us down this road and got us to this point. I want to thank Mr. Larry Adama. What you see here is 12 acres of park space. We incorporate gardens, gathering areas, lawns for events and other activities. Over 1.5 miles of our greenway is connected to the downtown system and through this park. We can connect back to Rolling Mill Hill and through the Siegenthaler pedestrian bridge over to East Nashville to Shelby Bottoms, and we're part of the downtown greenway right here. And I want to thank those with Greenways for Nashville and our greenway staff for being a part of this great day in Nashville. Inside this park, we have a 14,000 square foot dog park that should be open by Sunday, that the residents and the visitors to Nashville and the people who now live downtown can take access to. It's very gratifying to know that we're helping our visitors and residents with their dogs and having something for them to do downtown. And we did provide mutt mitts around various different stations, and so that for all the responsible dog owners, that is part of the expectation. The park includes a variety of activities, including 2 custom ping pong tables, 9 custom swings, and to quote Kim, this is like the front porch of Nashville, and I think we'll all have that feel starting today as we move forward. I urge you to sit up on the point and observe the river and downtown from that point. It is a wonderful view of Nashville. Partnerships. The Parks Department couldn't get along without great partnerships, and in providing this park, we're initiating 2 brand new partnerships that have been made available to us with the development of this park. One is with the Nashville Tree Foundation. Inside the park, you have over 240 trees of various different species that create this park as a true arboretum. The trail of the trees through the park is called the Betty Brown Tree Trail. Betty Brown was with the Nashville Tree Foundation. She was also a member of Mayor Fulton's team that initially developed Riverfront Park, and she was a wonderful conservationist, and having the Tree Foundation as a part of this park is just a wonderful opportunity, and to be honoring the Brown family, which is a well-known Nashville family. We want to thank members of the Tree Foundation who are here today for their involvement. The botanical gardens that you'll see in the park is a result of an ongoing but a new version of a partnership with Cheekwood and Cheekwood Botanical Gardens. I want to thank Jane McLeod for their interest in this project, and we look forward to continuing our partnership with Cheekwood with the development of the gardens down here. I want to thank Cheekwood for participating as well. This is just another phase of Nashville becoming a river city. And before I introduce the next speaker, when I introduce Christy Smith and the Nashville Parks Foundation, the arrangement with the contract with Live Nation that came apart with us, with the Amphitheater coming here, is that a portion of every ticket sales goes to a donation to our foundation as well as to the community foundation. With the development of this contract with Live Nation, it got the Parks Department stimulated to create something that we've needed for a long time, is a foundation that governs the general mission of the Parks Department and is aligned with the Park Board. And in particularly, it gives us funding that we can add into our community center program, where we deal with at-risk youth at 27 community centers throughout the city. Mr. Rue, I want to thank you for that. And with that, I want to bring to the podium Mr. Bob Rue.
Well, thank you everyone for coming out today. Really just an historic day for everybody in Nashville and for our company. And I can't tell you how excited I am about this one. So if you don't mind, I've got a few prepared statements I got to read to you, because if not, I'll be rambling on for 20 minutes about how excited we are about this, because it really, really is something. And you all have a very, very lot to be proud of. It's really amazing. The Ascend Amphitheater to us just fits wonderfully inside the Nashville cityscape and here in Riverfront Park. As a fan, to enjoy that beautiful skyline and the majestic Cumberland River when you're watching the concert on stage is just going to be an unbelievably unique experience, and the type of experience we want for a city known as the Music City. Ascend Amphitheater also fits very well and was very well planned into Nashville's kind of venue ecosystem. You know, in between the historic and iconic Ryman Auditorium and Bridgestone Arena and the other great venues that the city has put together, this fits in very, very well. It fills a great gap. And as you can see by the schedule that we've put together in the short amount of time we have for the rest of this season, there's an incredible demand by the artists to play this size venue in a market like Nashville. Live Nation is very proud of the inaugural lineup that we are presenting at Ascend Amphitheater this year. And I promise you many, many more years of the world's best artists performing at this world-class venue. Starting with Eric Church for 2 nights this weekend, so I hope you all get a chance to come out and see the concerts as soon as possible. Special thanks to Larry. I mean, all your hard work. design, getting this building open on time for us. And I tell you, we get the opportunity to open a few of these, and they don't go as smoothly as this. And hats off to you, just tremendous effort by you and your team. I'd like to thank Karen and your support from Ascend. Butch, thank you, from the very beginning and helping us here. George, thank you for everything that you and Tommy have done and making us feel a part of that. So, we have a lot to be thankful for. We're going to do a great job for you guys, and thanks for the opportunity. With that, I'd like to welcome the gentleman that really had the vision to put all this together and the fortitude to stay with such a great project, Mayor Dean. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Bob, and thank you all for being here for this great event. If we could open a park or a library every day, this would be an even more fun job than it already is. I'd like to recognize some of the elected officials that are here with us today. You've already met Erica Gilmore, who's here on stage. We're in her district. Other council members here include Ronnie Stein, Karen Johnson, Phil Claiborne, who is wisely wearing a hat, though he wears it a lot, so give him a good. Megan Barry, Larry Hagar, Karen Bennett, Berkeley Allen, our clerk Brenda Wynn is here, and Representative John Ray Clemens. Thank you all for being with us. Today's opening of Riverfront Park and Ascend Amphitheater represents the realization of a project that I've looked forward to seeing for a long time. It's going to give our downtown and our riverfront and our music scene a whole new dimension. I want to thank our partners for all the hard work that went into this: Metro Parks, the Parks Board, Live Nation, the Metro Council, Ascend Federal Credit Union, and I want to say a special thanks to the people who worked so hard on the design, the construction, and the management of this project. The project management and development team was led by Larry Adama, who deserves a ton of credit. From the convention center to here, he has worked on projects that have transformed downtown. The design and engineering team led by Hawkins Partners, and the construction management team led by Skanska. Together, they accomplished a very impressive goal beyond creating a beautiful park and amphitheater. More than 45% of the work on this project was done by small businesses and companies owned by minorities and women. That is an outstanding achievement and one that can serve as a model for future construction projects. The project team also applied for and is on target to achieve LEED Gold status for Ascend Amphitheater, a testament to all the hard work and careful design that went into making sure this facility respects the environment and operates in a sustainable way. The land we're standing on sat empty for many years, and a lot of people had good and interesting ideas for it. It could have been a number of things, but ever since I became mayor, I felt that these 11 acres, because of their location by the river, beneath the skyline, between these two iconic bridges, should be one of the city's signature sites. These 11 acres needed to become something really special. Well, the reality of this has exceeded my dreams, and of all the projects we've been able to do over the past 8 years, this one has to rank very near the top. It brings together three things that I love: parks, music, and the river in one extraordinary package. I'm looking forward to Eric Church's show tonight and to many more great concerts at Ascend Amphitheater in the years to come. With the river on one side, the skyline on the other, I can't imagine a better, more inviting spot for an outside show. And the new multicolored LED lights on the KVB bridge, which we turned on for the first time on July 20th, will create an even more spectacular setting. Ascend Amphitheater will fill a gap in our city's roster of concert venues. From now on, it will be much more difficult for the most popular acts to pass up Nashville on their tours. Live Nation has already done a great job of booking this venue, and I want to thank Bob and his team for everything they've done. I also want to recognize Ed Hardy, who's my co-chair on the Music City Music Council, who's here with us today. When the Music Council started meeting 6 years ago, it took a close look at Nashville's live music venues and considered ways to enhance what the city had to offer. An amphitheater on this site was a big part of that discussion, so thank you, Ed, for all your help and your leadership. Once we cut this ribbon in a few minutes, Riverfront Park will be open. I think everyone is going to love the park. One of its many cool features is Light Meander right here, the public art piece. The curves of this 45-foot tall sculpture are based on the Cumberland River, how it moves through Davidson County, and its stainless steel and color-changing LED light strips will reflect the sun during the day and glow like lights on the river at night. And the quiz for you all is to figure out where downtown is on the sculpture. The artwork embraces the river just as our city is embracing the river now. Tommy has already talked about what Riverfront Park has to offer, so let me say what a difference this is going to make to our downtown. Whether you live, work, or visit downtown, Riverfront Park will offer a place to exercise, walk your dog, eat lunch, or just get away to enjoy nature for a few minutes. Parks and green space are critical to our city's quality of life. They make Nashville more livable, more attractive. They go hand in hand with our economic development goals. I never get tired of opening parks and adding green space, open space, and adding open space to the landscape of this city. It is important to me that the citizens who paid to build this park and amphitheater have a chance to see as much of it as possible, and I hope everyone will come out this Sunday, August 2nd from 1 to 5 for a free community day here. There will be fitness activities, gardening demonstrations. There will be local live music and DJs on the amphitheater stage, as well as limited access to the backstage. Or you can bring your Frisbee or soccer ball and play to your heart's content. I also want to encourage everyone to bring school supplies, which LP Pencil Box will be collecting to give to Metro students who need them. Sunday is going to be a great day to celebrate our new park and the amphitheater, and so is today. So now I'd like to invite everybody on stage to come on over, and we'll cut this ribbon and get this place opened up.